Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Sasuke Dragon with another episode of Why Is It Banned? This episode we're going to be talking about Thousand Eyes Restrict. It's a Fusion Level 1 Dark Spellcaster. And its effect is, as long as this card remains face up on the field, other monsters cannot change their battle position or attack. Select one monster on your opponent's side of the field and equip it to this card. This effect can only be used once per turn, and you can only equip one monster at a time to this card. The attack and defense of this card becomes the same amount as the monster equipped to this card. If this card is destroyed as a result of battle, the equipped monster is destroyed instead. So, Thousand Eyes Restrict was one of the most powerful control cards. Probably this will jog a lot of people's memories out there, Goat Control. Goat Control was an impressive deck along with Scapegoat when Scapegoat was at 3. All you had to do was have sheep tokens on the field and it would just work like that. Sheep, and you'd activate, you bring out Relinquished, and then you'd basically go King of the Swamp, Polymerization, and go into it. Or the other way that people used to do it was summon out a goat, activate Metamorphosis, and bring it out that way. So there's two different ways of bringing it out, the long-winded way or the short way. And a lot of the times, a Thousand Eyes Restrict was completely broken. You couldn't really get rid of it. They would take control of your monster like Relinquish does, and then, you know, it would not get destroyed. The equipped monster gets destroyed instead. So this card was very, very busted. I used to personally use this card myself, really. It was just an easy combo to get off. Activate Scapegoat, activate Metamorphosis, out comes Thousand Eyes Restrict, take control of your opponent's monster, attack, 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 and that's it. It was really, really broken. I mean, even a Thousand Eyes Restrict wasn't really limited back then at all. It was like at 2. So all the opponent had to do was activate Scapegoat, I activate 2 Metamorphosis, bring out 2 Thousand Eyes Restrict, take control of the opponent's monsters, attack, attack, and they're just taking massive damage. The opponent then summons their monster, attacks Thousand Eyes Restrict. Oh, it doesn't blow up, their equipped monster does. So it even protects itself. The only way you got around Thousand Eyes Restrict is to have 2 monsters on the field to attack it, to get over it. But a lot of the times the opponent really played a lot of defense, so getting around it was very, very annoying. Not just that, you used to have a lot of times where the opponent activate Scapegoat and then activate Creature Swap, and then you get a powerful monster and they would get a token. And then all you do is take over the token, even though you use Very Immediate Crush as well. So there were so many cards surrounding a Thousand Eyes Restrict that made this card banned. It was too easy, it was completely broken, too easy to get out, and it should never come back. It's just too busted. There is no reason that this card should ever come off the ban list. Okay, everyone's going to say, well, it's not that bad anymore, but it is that bad. And that's the problem. Because as long as this card's on the field, your opponent's monsters cannot change their battle position. So if you've got a nice monster that's got nice huge defense, and your opponent decides, oh, I'm going to change it into attack position. Oh, look, denied. You're kind of screwed. You cannot change it at all. It's going to stay there. I'll say, for instance, that you've got a Blue Eyes on the field, and another weak monster. Thousand Eyes Restrict takes that monster, and you've still got that weak monster. You cannot change that opponent. You cannot change that battle position of that monster, and they attack into it. Boom! You take a lot of damage. There are so many different ways. This card is always going to be on the ban list. But what do you think of a Thousand Eyes Restrict? Do you think this card's ever going to come back? Why do you dislike this card? Or do you like this card? Do you think it should come off the ban list? Please write in the comments below what you think about this card, and do you think this card should come off the ban list?